Okay, so with the gullies, the stronger the water, the frothier your red bait. That's how I prefer to look at it. Also, warmer water, red bait. With the colder water and flatter water, I like fishing white mussel and worm.
How's it, guys? Lawrence here, and we have Ibrahim. This is another episode at On the Couch at Hookit with a special guest, as everyone know him, Mr. Rademeyer.
Nice to be here, guys.
Welcome. Thanks for coming and joining us.
No, awesome. Nice to be here. Yeah,
Perfect. If you wanna just
Rean, thank you very much for being here with us. Like Lawrence over there said, for our audience out there, Rean Rademeyer is Rademeyer Fishing Charters. Am I right? He'll take you out on a fishing trip, but more about that as we go along. But before anything, a small accolade is that we have in our midst here today a very accomplished angler. Lawrence is going to pull him around a little bit today. We're going to just see if we can get the Mickey out of Rean. But once again, Rean, don't be nervous. Let's go for it. Lawrence.
Okay, let's get straight into it. Just a quick one. How long have you been fishing, and how did it start?
Yeah, so I've been fishing, I'm 45 years old now. So I've been fishing since I was 3. And my dad was a commercial snook fisherman. So that's where the love started. We went out in the boats, caught some snook, and that's it. From there on, I basically taught myself with that Galjoen and rock and surf, and that's it. I love it.
So, mentioning a Galjoen, is that your favorite fish to target?
Yeah, it's my spirit animal.
Is it?
Definitely. You're always busy when you're hunting Galjoen. That's a nice thing. So, I don't have much patience. So, as a Galjoen vang is heeltyd bezig. Busy the whole time, which is nice.
Okay, now that's
and I love it.
Yeah, that's me.
So, Rean, don't worry if it's English and Afrikaans. We call it mingles. So, as ek Afrikaans praat, mense lag vir my, maar ek gaan 'n bietjie Afrikaans praat, maar wanneer dit opraak, en nou ek my airtime gekoop by Google, right? So Rean, listen, I must tell the guys, right? You there's one thing about you. When it's cob season and you chase, you get your species. When it's Galjoen season and you chase, you get your species. Now, a person can be good, but that is accurate throwing. So just explain to us, if you can briefly tell our audience, what is it that when you know you're taking people today for Galjoen, what is the structure? Just give us we don't want to make it a classroom, but just a simple thing, structure. How do you know if you can use red bait, fish bait, whatever? Just give us a little bit of detail, because your success with Galjoen is phenomenal. Right? And then there's one question I need to ask you after you tell us.
Okay, cool.
That's a number involved.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so with the gullies, the stronger the water, the frothier your red bait. That's how I prefer to look at it. Also, warmer water, red bait. With the colder water and flatter water, I like fishing white mussel and worm. That's basically it. So, white mussel and worm for your stiller water, and then of course your rough water, I definitely go for the red bait. If you look at structure, I like to explain to the clients, if you look out over the beach, say 200-300 meters of beach, anything that stands out, anything different, that'll be a fish holding area. So rock up at the beach, look down the beach, see, okay, there's all the swell, everything looks the same. There's something different, maybe a puff of sand, maybe small little reef, go to that area and fish it for 10-15 minutes. Cast, like a bait will never be in longer than 5 minutes. Never. There's some days we fish like 80 or 100 mussels in a day. So we take 2 packets of 50, we finish it in the session. So you scratch fishing, you vacuum that, you work the whole time, you figure it out, which is nice. So and the fresher your bait, the more fresh baits you have in the water, the more fish you're going to catch.
Of course,
is how it is, especially with white mussel. I mean, white mussel's got this little gut bag, and if it's out.
Yeah, then there's no flavor.
So, but structure, water reading, that's your basics. Definitely, water reading is the most important.
Perfect. Just on that topic with the Galjoen, and so. Why laughing? No, that's not. I'm not going to ask.
I need to share with you guys.
Okay. Just a quick one, guys. I was fishing next to Rademeyer a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago, and he told me no. I was gonna move away because he was busy with some clients, and he told me no, just cast stay next to me. I'm like, no, man, like I don't want to be in the way and whatever. And then I was blanking. They then caught some nice gullies, and then he decided to move to another spot, his clients. And what I did was I reversed onto his spot. And some of you might have seen the video on YouTube. I caught, was it 2 gullies or 1 gully? I think 2 gullies, if I'm not mistaken. And a stump nose. And then on that, I spoke to you and I asked you, what is your tally on? What is your count on? I know at the time you mentioned 202 Galjoen. That was about less than a month ago. Tell me, what are you on now? What's your tally on?
We're on 252. Yeah, 252 gullies.
like EB said, that's success, guys.
Yeah, it's the clients down 252, so that is very, very well. The clients are doing really
Yes.
well, I would say.
So I presume some of it you kept because your permit allows you, and
Yes,
many of
100%.
it you released,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
But this is this. Now I must share something with you, man. So we had a little bit of a joke here. So that day, the Lance fish next to you, right? So you caught that 2 gullies. So he come back and he says in our good social group, he says, "Listen, guys. So anybody that wants a gully session, please book with me." Right? And he's going to show us. But this was just amongst the buddies, you know. He says, "Listen." So he's got 3 different fees. The one fee is just to throw in and feel the nibbles. That is one.
Yes.
The second fee is to throw in, feel the nibble, and catch a smaller gully. And if you really want the big one, you're really going to pay. So we started giving him the nickname. He said, "Okay, Lance Rademeyer."
A nice ring to it. Huh?
So I will tell you that I watch you, and sometimes I feel for that gully. I don't always get to the beach, and my mind tell me, ek bel sommer vir Rean nou en sê ek gaan gou 'n linkie langs jou gooi because I know if I throw next to you, I'm guaranteed it's gully. But let me tell you about that joke or that little bit of thought I have. That must mean that somebody has confidence in you. And to tell you a story, I met Rean a while back when you were working at Ford in one city. And shortly after that, I saw that you were you were starting to do the charters kind of part-time. And then you gave up a full-time job and you went into what you're doing now. Now, first and foremost, as a businessman, I see you and I respect you for it. Because remember something, from a fixed job that's paying a salary to a job that you got to earn your own salary is no joke. It takes some big ones for that. You know? So well done. Because we've seen your success grow.
I appreciate it.
You know, and it's brilliant there. But with that comes this. You must know something about yourself. In other words, the confidence you must have to do that is second to none. Now, I'm that guy. I'm a risk taker. I love
100%,
it. I love it. So I just want to tell you, if anything, we can be a little bit senti. Well done to you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Because remember what we've seen, that there was people doing it prior to you on a full-time basis. But you came, you saw, you conquered, and you've literally overtook that. And we can see the numbers. So well done to you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
So maybe one day I'm just going to see how much pocket money I could live. I'd like to book a session because I want to come to the beach and I want to know I'm going to catch a gully. You know? So so let me give over to Lance. This is his story.
Just tell me, like EB just mentioned, you gave up a full-time job for basically for a hobby. You know, many people have dreams of doing what they like. Some people are working and they're not happy. I'm not going to mention names, but I know EB's happy, so I'm not talking about him. Look, you're doing something that all fishermen want to do, is go and fish every day and as much as you can. So what inspired you to actually do this full time?
I think maybe the catalyst that set everything in motion was COVID. I think COVID made us realize but one life. That's it. And to be miserable in the job. I mean, motor sales, it's hard. I was a new car salesman. Ford, there's no stock, COVID, and so I was just hurtful. That's it. And I know myself, and if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. That's it. Like, as simple as that. If you've got half a brain, you can make something work.
Of course.
So I just went out. I did I think for a month or so, I did a part-time thing over weekends, used my social media and Facebook and
took off from there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so hard work but it's lekker. When you get up in the mornings, especially if you know you're going to get a fish, it's lekker. It's not like in this
especially
traffic and all that.
You wake up in the morning and you know you're going to get a fish.
Yes,
that's the part for me. But I'm going to give an idea. You spoke about structure. There's something different in the water. So on Wednesday, on voting day, obviously the morning, my wife told me, no, the queues are going to be long. So we were open in the morning because we had some people that came in with some rods, so we had to accommodate them. So I said, okay. And then by 12 o'clock, we locked up and I told her, pack the bucket quickly. And my wife helps me pack the van, throw everything on. I throw one rod on. And I came by the water. Guys were fishing by the NSR. Now I see all those lines in the water. The first thing I do is I look at that water and I'm checking. That's a clippy what opspoel daar.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of sand next to it, and I decide, all right, no problem. Ali, that you met earlier, when you go pump some fresh moonshine, I put in a nice moonshine. I thought, let me go see there, and I'm going to lay for Bellman. So I do around about 25, 30 centimeter sinker trace.
Mm-hmm.
But I made my hook snoot a little bit longer in case I got down because I like a longer snoot.
Fixed race.
Fixed race, yeah. Any case, and I decided to throw there, and I walk from there to the bucky. And I just want to tell you, so we had a story the last time where my rod was down there and the rod was on, and I'm 49. And was by the time I got to the rod, that fish was gone, but it took me a whole 8 minutes to get there. So in any case, same thing, and 5 minutes later, my rod is down, down. And I run to the rod, and the rod is hopping, and I think, now, walk, Ibi, yeah, because, if I run, I might not be able to pull that fish. But it's true what you say. Everybody's throwing on that dead surf. There was a little bit of structure, a little bit of action, and I was on the money there. So that, with the statement that you made, is lucky to wake up in the morning knowing that you're going to get the fish.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I just want to ask you one question. When you take clients out, and sometimes that water is a touch and go, it's quiet, but not that liquor. What goes through your tummy thinking, what if I got these clients and I don't get the fish today? Wat gaan ek maak?
Yeah. Especially in winter, it's almost easier because in winter you can target, if it's too flat, you can target like a steer or something, or winter cobby if it's flat. But in summer, if the southeaster is too strong or the swell's too big, that's when it's difficult. The summer is your tricky one. And then then you have to start scratching around. There's always small cobby or something to catch, or just something.
Yeah.
But it's stress levels, huh?
Of course.
I'm telling you. A lot of people that do use my services for learning. So they'll focus a bit more on water reading and casting and that while the lines are in the water, just to let the people feel they're getting something from the day.
Okay. Oh, at least,
But, 100%. But I know falls by reasonably well. There's always a spot or so where the water's a bit more settled. But then when you go to strand, if the water's too big on my cast, we catch a cobby there or something. But
Catch
it's
a cobby.
Yeah.
well, stress levels, I tell you what, man.
Now, look, I follow you on social media. I always look at that you post. I know you at the water almost every day. I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see, okay, no, there's a post from you. Or I get a notification when you normally post in the groups. And I read what you were saying. And most of the time you're saying the water was flat. The day started off bad. You then started moving. And that's the mistake that lots of people are making, is that they go fishing and they stay on one spot. If you really want to catch a fish, you need to move and you need to change your baits, like you mentioned. So, as Ibi mentioned also, and as you mentioned, sometimes it can become stressful. Yeah. But you still get fish. I haven't seen a post or I haven't seen anything where you took clients out and you didn't catch. So, there's many people that is doing this. We don't mention names, but there's people that do charters. So, what makes you different from the guys who does this?
I think because I was in sales, very customer and client orientated for a long time. Client comes first. That's it. So I put all the stress. The client needs to be happy. That's my stress. Often they say, "No, just fishing." For me, it doesn't really exist. It's just fishing. You didn't have a successful day. I say, wegstap. If he walks away, you must know that the guy did his best. We moved 6 or 7 or 8 times in 5-hour sessions, or in a 5-hour session, and we made 100 casts in that. Then he knows. So
you're always busy. You always make sure you're putting in the effort.
We don't sit. We don't eat in the 5 hours. Sure. It's not even a rule. It's just how it is. Yeah. And we chop and change and make plans. And every spot move, when we get to a spot, I'll tell the client, right, we moved there because of this, and now we are here because of this. And the water's pulling less, or it's a bit more color or sand puffing up of each island. So you have to, and that's the learning part with the water reading. And like I said, that's the most important part. That, and if you have confidence. I mean, confidence, especially doing competitive angling, or just fishing in a group of guys, if your confidence is low, you just feel this So what I often do, I'll cut off the leader, traces others, bow a yellow never leader, complete leader, trace everything. It just feels fresh. It's a mental thing.
That's psychological.
Yeah, new little worm bite like so mooi. Just start out fresh. It works.
Yeah. Was there ever a time when you actually took out clients and you didn't catch anything?
I think during winter, not really. It's I think there were 4 or 5 times. But we always had a fish on. The fish was lost or something like that.
But I mean, the mere fact that you had to think about it speaks for itself. Yeah, it says a lot. So I know, for example, if there is no edible fish, there's no edible fish. And sometimes I've seen you put the guys onto flatfish or whatever it is, or a little bronzy. But I mean, that is awesome because it's about the adventure. So as hard as we try, if there is no fish in the water at that day, there is no fish. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. But this is the thing you always say, like, for example, you give a bit of knowledge. Now, what people don't realize is that, and this is something I need to share, that knowledge that you share is not knowledge that came cheap. I'll give you an idea. How many times do we drive into an area like Witsands? My vehicle uses about 2,000, 2,200 fuel. And many times we went over there and we blanked and we realized, but you know what? We've been here 3 times on this condition. It's not working.
Yeah.
So that school fees, it's a lot of money. But now when you share knowledge, if you didn't catch a fish, but you're sharing knowledge, you're still giving something. It might not be tangible in the hand, but knowledge is something that you also need to have the ability to learn that, and that is how you gain knowledge.
You have to, you have to be open for it. Otherwise, I've taught so many people that I know for a fact this is how it works. And then you put up to them, say 2 weeks later, they're back to the same traces that will not catch a fish really. And so it's small adjustments sometimes make a big difference. It is what it is. So,
So Rean, man, nou gaan ons al 'n bietjie nonsens praat.
I say.
Right. Sê gou mens, what other accessories? You're not selling any other accessories like bait buckets or...
No. I am. What do I sell? I just knowledge. No, I do.
He's just the only.
You maybe don't have a prawn pump net thingy ring that you may be selling.
No, not yet. No shirts yet. Nothing.
Okay. No, I just happened to stumble across. I see buckets are like they're multi-purpose these days. But listen, man. So you obviously have. We all have competition in business.
Yes.
But you've done very well. Right?
I appreciate it.
Nou, ek wil gou jou vragie vra. Sê nou ek is 'n galjoen. Jy's 'n galjoen. Sê jy's 'n galjoen, right? And you may not just think about this one. You don't have to answer. What I would like you to do, right? Somebody pulls you out and you're on the end, you're fighting, right? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for a rock. Jy gaan my nou wil dip tussen hy klip om af te kom. Right? You're the galjoen. You pull up. In die case, jy kom nou wel toe en die ou tel jy op en hy loop na die bakkie toe. En jy sien op die bakkie, maar jy's 'n galjoen wat kan lees hoor.
Yes.
En jy sien daar's 'n M en dan nog 'n M en dan nog 'n M. Hoe gaan jy voel?
Yes, see.
Guys, okay, just jokes, guys. Please, just jokes. But okay, wait a minute, I have to ask you this. Also. I see some people are catching a lot of things. One of our guys caught a seagull now the other day. I see some other people are catching snakes.
Yes.
You're only catching galjoen, carp and steenbras and things for now.
Yeah, only for now, maybe.
We will think about it.
Yeah, maybe a seal or something. Just to keep it interesting or there's chickens running around the Makassar.
Yes. But Rean, listen, so this is my thing. I also know that you do bait clinics, tackle clinics, things like that. So we had a couple in here on Saturday that came in and they came all the way from Kraaifontein. Now, like you said, customers comes first and service orientation is of key. It's very important. And these people came past a couple of tackle shops and they walked in here, which I always see as success. And they came in and they didn't make jokes. They spent here on Saturday. You'll see there's some shelves that's empty in terms of leaders. Hulle gesê gee 2 van alles. And EB said, okay, because I need the sales this winter.
Yeah, of course.
And they were people that were at your tackle clinic up in the northern suburbs. And they said, nee, ons was by Rean gewees en ons 'n bietjie baie geleer van galjoen, maar sy vrou sukkel nog steeds 'n bietjie om die mossel. Now, it's maybe just how you're handling manipulation. You do it well because you do it every day, or we do it because we do it quite often. But for her and things like that. But I will tell you, it was a success story. So what I'd like to tell you, I can give you a bit of advice from my side. Don't stop.
Okay.
Don't ever stop that. People will pay for good advice. People will pay for good knowledge. And that was a very positive accolade that came from this. So really don't stop.
Okay.
Maar as iemand wil leer dalk hoe om iets te gryp, en wat ook al doen dat ook.
Yes.
As jy hoenders wil jag of miskien jy weet jy 'n emmer of iets het, doen dit nou.
Ek het al 'n paar hoenders gevang by Makassar van die Sangomas se hoenders wat geskryp en
So I think all in good fun.
Nee, beslis. Ag nee, ek dink nog 'n ding wat we were talking about the clients and that, and someone told me a while back, it's not what you do on the day, but it's how that customer felt while he was with you. You won't remember necessarily like the fish he was caught, but you can think, hey, I felt like it was a good day, and that's important. If you piss anyone off, or you just it's a lingering memory. So just be lekker, just be. There's already so much stress and stuff in the world already.
Of course,
there's difference in opinions for different facets of fishing and legal sizes, bag limits. That, but then we're all fishermen, and so I think sometimes we take ourselves very seriously, too much.
Talking about bag limit
So,
and things like that, what I noticed is you were always releasing fish. I know on one of your recent trips, I think it was last week, you were down in Witsunds area.
Yeah, well.
How did that go? I know I saw the photos.
Yes, it was fantastic. Yeah, we got quite a number of good cob, up to 10 kilos. Big bronze bream. I mean, 2 fish of over 50 centimeters. All
Oh,
released.
that's big.
And the thing is, it's such an untouched area, so all those resident species, you want to take care of them. It's not, like, I'll struggle to put a Bellman back, to be honest, but
Why is that?
Oh, I love it,
You love it.
Yeah.
Is it your favorite eating fish?
Yeah, I would say it's one of the favorite fishermen to target as well. It's very specific also.
Very specific, very technical.
That's it, yeah, precisely. And so, but it's just such an area that, not a lot of people, they get there or they get to fish it. So all the resident species are there. Lots of willipad, lots of blacktail, bronze bream, that's it, and schoon. So there was a whole, but it's a fantastic area. Witsunds is just so special.
Yeah, definitely. Look, there's lots of areas. I just spoke to Rean about earlier, and I mentioned there are some videos or places that we do go as a social crew, but we don't always post the videos. We don't always post the photos because we know people can get excited sometimes. So normally, actually, to be honest with you, there was one place we were very successful, and one of the local guys came to me and he told me, "Please don't post this." He said, "Like, nah, I know who you are. I see you on YouTube. Please don't post this because they would like to keep it not a secret, but as we know, our people can overfish. Not everyone is conscious of the fish that they need to keep or stick to the bag limits, to the size and things like that." And well done on all the releases that you do. You just said you released all the fish at Witsunds.
All the fish, that's it. The elf didn't survive. So that's like a almost 35 centimeter elf. That's by a fella. But that's it. I mean, I think at one stage we have to realize that we need to, if you have a love for fishing, then you need to have a love for the source as well.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So
definitely.
There needs to be that respect, and just to take everything and verstaan, it doesn't make sense. If you have, I know there's a lot of people struggling financially as well. As it costs me tafel, but if you can drive in the car to the beach, it's $50 or $100 for
save
fuel.
that.
Verstaan, dis 'n sak aardappels en rice, verstaan. So, and you don't have there's no guarantee you're going to catch a fish. So, to keep like these small gullies or small steenies, like what's going on at Makassar at the moment, it's a joke. I mean, 30 centimeter steenbrassies, it's...
The size, as they would call it.
Yeah, the knock-on effect's going to be so massive in a few years' time. There needs to be a shift, and I don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, especially for you that go out on a regular basis, having to catch a fish for your clients. It'll be much more difficult in the next couple of years if you continue.
I think the main thing also, if you look at the state of our estuaries, we spoke about earlier on, the steenbras only spawn in estuaries and lagoons and that. Sunflower is stickant. I mean, the only other places where they can probably spawn or breed will be the Mont is very, very good still, even Hermanus, those places.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, there's no other spots going to be spawned, maybe in the Bergrivier. So, yeah, the steenbras is not looking good for them. It's a beautiful fish. One of our favorite fish to target. So that's a bit of a concern. Luckily, we got silver cob in Cape Town. So we're still blessed with a lot of silver cob.
Just on your success as well, no? You mentioned, or I saw on one of your posts, you mentioned guys were talking about the type of knots that you use. Some people said, nah, like the snell knot. Why don't you snell your circle? And you mentioned, or you commented on it saying, you've explained this a lot of times. And personally, I didn't want to ask you. I wanted to ask you what's the reason behind it. But luckily for me, I watched the video yesterday on YouTube and you explained it. Can you maybe just explain to the guys again, what is your reason for not using
100%. So especially a snell knot on for small fish. So I'm talking about, say, a 1 hook and a, say, 0.5 or 0.6 or diameter line. So it's done lanky. If you're going to snell that hook, it's going to create like a rectangle. Or rectangle, is that the word?
Yeah.
So, which is fun because everyone says you need to snell a circle, but they don't really know why. So if you're going to snell it, there's a very, very good chance that when you're fishing in shallow, turbulent water, that hook's going to swing around and catch its own line. You're going to miss the fish. Your bait presentation needs to be straight. On the snelled circle hook, it's not really as straight. And then another thing is the Galjoen's mouth is about this big. A 1 or 2 circle hook fills the mouth already completely. You don't need an extra angle. Another thing also, the commercial longliners, they use just circle hooks. They don't snell it. It lies on or it hangs on the link, so it's completely free swinging.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so there's no real need for it. Now, also another point is, which I forgot, if you look at the different types of circle hooks that you get, there's so many different styles. You get one with a completely bent in tip, then you get one with a rounded tip, you get one with a more aggressive tip. At what angle do you want to snell a hook? Because there's about 15 to 20 degree angle changes between different brands. So it doesn't really matter. The most important part is don't strike. If a fish takes you, just let him feed and just take him fast. That's it. So our success rate is very, very good. When I throw a bigger hook, I'll do a snell knot still. But even when I fish for cob, if it's like for these bossies and stuff, I'll use a 4 or 5 circle hook. Straight clinch knot is a reguit lijntjie. I do a sardine belly bait on it. It stays nice and straight. It doesn't pull like a banana, and we catch our fish. So, yeah, the best thing is take a couple of brands of circle hooks. You'll see the angles of the hook points is different. So now you have to determine if you're going to have that type of angle changes, and you have an angle change on your snell knot, where's the middle ground? You understand? So, but that's how we learn and experience it. Like my biggest cobby in Falls Bay, I was fishing at the pool, Southern Pool. Got a few young cobbies. And then I got a phone call saying that there's a couple of Blu-rays in Strand. This was quite a few years ago. So I said, I got a few cob, went down to Strand. Ray Hill was still fishing there. Had a few Blu-rays on, like a sports. And then as the sun set, the barbel started coming on the bite.
Yeah.
So I thought, anyway, so I made like another little mullet bomb, and there's quite shallow, 30 kilo cob.
Sure.
Shows
In
you.
Strand.
Baby out by there, but yep, diepte water.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shows
Exactly.
you. A lot of our cob this season, a lot of them, they were caught in that straight sardine bait while targeting Blu-rays on the first little gutter 30, 40 meters out.
Yeah.
A lot of our cob. So all the cob they see with our dingle now, that's all Blu-ray baits, huh?
Sure.
It's crazy.
That's good.
Shallow.
Targeting Blu-ray and you took some up. Sure. And like you mentioned, that's your favorite bait to use, which is the
Sardine.
sardine.
Yeah.
And I just explained as well, a couple of years ago, we were out in PE and all of us, we all had worm, we all had mussel, we had all the bait, we had prawn, everything. We were fishing rocky areas, and one of the guys, he was actually fishing with sardine, and he was the only one that caught the whole trip because, I mean, the water was terrible. And he caught a Nasser, he caught a punzi.
Yes,
on fish bait.
Yeah.
So it just shows we all we neglect the bait.
Yeah, so it's like an old school bait.
Yeah, old school, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That works, definitely.
On that, can you tell us your most success story? Besides, I know you mentioned the that's a very good success story. Just mention now. What is your most memorable fishing experience?
Sure. Personally, I'd say.
Even if you fell, you can tell us about that.
Yeah. Okay, I'd say my most memorable fish was probably a duckbill that we caught at Strathspey. That was a special day. We went out to target him. I think it was 76 kilos.
Sure.
That was a beautiful fish. It's so lucky when you go and target something and you get that
You
fish.
actually get it.
And it's a beautiful fish. That I mean.
So what did you do to target the duckbill? How do you?
Yeah, so it's an ocky leg with an ocky fluffy bomb and a little ocky leg, and that's it. And then there's a bank just put over the bank, and Stefan also caught on about 30 odd kilos. So yeah, that was a special day, I'd say. The cobby was nice, and then with Buta, my lighty, with these fish. I mean, it's so lucky to get him onto the species and that, and just see how he evolves. He catches a lot, especially edibles. He's very, very good with hooking a fish on the circle hook. He must me. I don't know. He's got that feel for it. Like if it's a Galjoen or cobby, is that fast.
Like you mentioned, these different. When I spoke about the snell hooks, there's different types of circle hooks.
Yes.
What is your most favorite, or what do you have most success on? Which you don't have to mention the brand.
No, definitely the 1.0 Adrenaline Circle. Okay. That's it. Yeah, the straight one. Definitely for the 1.0 and the 2.0. If I'm going to go to still buying that for the bigger gullies, but 1.0 is definitely the go-to. My biggest fish now is the 13 kilo cracker, and it didn't
on the 1.0.
On the 1.0.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a bit sad as well. And then from the 4.0s, I use that up to 4.0s, and then from there I go with the tuna circles, just preference.
Okay. The mustard
tuna circle. Yeah.
So Rean, wait, let me just think. What's my most memorable event? I can't remember.
Too many.
Now we you know what? I think fishing. Yeah, the idea is always to catch a fish, and this is what I love about angling. So. A couple of years ago, my son is matriculated 2 years now already. And I remember him starting primary school at Goodwood Park Primary.
Okay, ek was al gewees.
Ja, nee, sien we daar. En as 'n groot ouetjie Marius, hy sê vir my, "Ibi, jou seun gaan die rugby span moet maak." Ek sê vir Mario, Marius luister gou. Hy's net so klein. Hy sê, "Don't worry, we put him on the reserves." Plus I was really worried. So in any case, long story short, Mujahid is supposed to be on the reserves bench and they line him up. First match in primary school and Mujahid lines up and boof, Mujahid scores a try. En hy smile en hy sê, ja, dis die pa wat nou weer gehad het, sy seun met rugby speel nie. Hy sê, man, ken jy hengel? Your first fish that bit you hook. Ek sê vir hom, ja, hy sê, well, in any case, your son is hooked. And my son's been playing rugby ever since. So at the end of that season, they had the fathers and the parents coming in. We had lekker braai, lekker gees, kuier there to school type of thing. And then they said, right, the fathers up against the sons. Now these ladies are grade 1. So we checking wat, ons gebruik maar vir hulle vir die bol. Yes. No sir. And like these ran circles around us.
Op your hamstrings.
I'm telling you, they ran circles around us. But this is the one great thing about angling. And I watch you. It is the one sport. You can be 8 years old, you're still going to be able to do it with your kids or your grandkids. 100%. So what you're doing with your son, what's his name? Buddha?
Buddha, yeah. His name's Yuvan.
Yuvan, okay.
But everyone knows him as Buddha, he just stuck.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to ask you, what's vergeet met jou van ons roep Buddha, grote broer.
Myself and people, we had a discussion yesterday and it was like, you know what, we should have actually asked Rean to bring his son as well. What's his name? Buddha? And they're like, no, that's his and I told him, I actually found out that's actually his real name because I saw a post somewhere and they mentioned it, Buddha Rademeyer. Okay, what is his name?
Yuvan.
Yuvan, so, okay, cool. I thought Buddha was his Yuvan, okay, cool. Buddha, yeah, Buddha's his name.
Buddha, you're stop.
Look, as everyone know, Rean Rademeyer, he does his charters and things like that. Tell me, I see you always book that. Do you have any openings for people to book you?
I do. I prefer not to be booked out too long in advance because weather and this and that and it's just easier. But 2 weeks in advance normally. That's what's like.
2 weeks in advance. Okay, cool.
So what we will do is, Rean, at this point we need to say a huge thank you to you.
No, any pleasure.
You must remember something that if you initially contacted us, but for us to follow through and actually have somebody sitting on the couch and do it for us, it's an honor to have people. And it's an honor to have anybody sitting in that couch that is, and especially somebody that's got accolades like yourself. So from ourselves at Duket Cost and Customs, our on the couch at Duket, Lance will say his thank yous to you. We'd like to say a huge thank you for granting us this opportunity. Yeah. It's I always say when I walk through UCT and I've been there a couple of times, it's got it's a feeling that you can know there was great minds, that you can feel that aura in that place. It's amazing. And sitting across you and listening to you talk, how you target, there's a lot we can learn, and I'm fishing for a very long time. There's a lot I can learn from you. And maybe one day we can fish alongside you. We'll book a session and come and fish with you. Man, yeah, no, for sure. But once again, a huge heartfelt thank you very much from us here. Please guys, go on to our channels. Lance will give all the accolades right now. Don't forget to prescribe.
If he says prescribe, guys. So yeah, like I mentioned, this video will be posted obviously onto the Hook and Grill channel, and then also the other videos will be posted on the Hook Cast and Custom. So thanks again to you. Also, just a quick one. I remember when we came up with the idea, we made the post, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, I should reach out to you. But I know you're always busy. I thought, okay, you know what, give it some time. I know you had my number, and then you actually reached out to me saying you would like to help, and here we are. So once again, thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking to it.
But also, you guys are always doing stuff and developing stuff, and that's what makes it fun. So it's interesting, and there's like deel te wees van die kyk wat julle aan die gang het soos die lighters and die water pumps.
Yeah, always something.
It's for the fishermen, and that's what's needed. So definitely.
So would it be okay if we're going to put up all your details? So anyone that wants to contact you on the channel, we will have Rean Rademeyer's details. It's an unforgettable experience. It's if you're new to angling or you just are angling and you'd like to learn, the wealth of knowledge is second to none. So we will be putting up Rean's details.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. If you guys want to, we can we're not end of May. Say for June, we do like a discount for all subscribers, 20% discount. If you just
say guys. You heard it from the horse's mouth. For the month of June, Rean, if you going to
make sure they subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe.
Leave a comment as well.
Yes. Please, guys, prescribe, and we will give you the prescription for the 20% discount. Thank you very much, Rean. Awesome. We will most definitely. So, thank you very much. Anybody that just follow and watch this video, and you will get Rean's details. People, I salam.
Something I want to add in the comments, guys. Let us know who you would like us or who you would like to see on the couch at Hookit. Leave a comment on my videos. Leave a comment on TikTok. Hookit Casting Customs. Let us know, or even on Rean's page.
Yeah, pop in WhatsApp.
Yeah, pop in
Send a
WhatsApp. Let us know
yeah.
if you would like to come, and yeah, we take it from there. Thanks again, guys. We out.